Man, I'm not looking forward to the story time. I've been wanting to tell you guys this story time for like the longest time. I would probably say since like quarantine. And I haven't done a story time in like a really
the next day.
Really long time. I think you guys probably know that I haven't done a story time in a really long time. Did I mention that I haven't done a story time in a long time? But this is the story time of my freshman year of high school. When I first started high school, I know a lot of people say like, oh, I was so nervous, you know, like to start a new school, yada yada yada. But honestly, I'm never usually nervous for like the first day of school or whatever. Like now I'm in college, like I get more excited than nervous, if that makes sense. Like I'm like, yes, I'm gonna meet new people, I'm gonna, you know, even though I'm a pretty shy person, I'm not gonna lie, but you know, I get excited about that stuff, guys. I get excited for just new stuff in my life. I'm like, I'm gonna meet new people, I'm gonna like, you know, have a new teacher or professor, and like just everything new, you know. I like new stuff. Did I mention that? I like the new and not the old. But like also, you know, I just feel more motivated in the beginning of the year. I feel like maybe everyone's like that, where you just feel, you know, so motivated. You're like, yes, I'm gonna get all A's this year, and like or this semester, whatever your situation is with school, and like you're like, I'm gonna do so well this year, I'm gonna, you know, I'm just gonna ace it. And then half throughout the year, you're like, yeah, maybe not so much. Yeah, never mind. I'm thinking about maybe dropping out, becoming a stripper. You know, the Cardi B way. But honestly, I made friends pretty quickly when I first started high school. And you know what they say? When you get things fast, it always goes away fast. Believe it or not, guys, getting friends that quickly probably was a mistake. So, I was friends with these group of girls. Let's call them Chlorine, Fatima, and Jada. I'm calling them on these specific names because Fatima, well, because she was Muslim, and that's like the most common Muslim name. Chlorine, that was the first thing that popped up into my head. Honestly, I don't even know if that's an actual name. And Jada, well, this particular girl that I'm thinking about right now, she looks like a Jada to me. Now, since Fatima was also Muslim, we got along pretty well, at least I thought at first. And we actually became pretty close and like friends faster than the other girls, because we had that in common. The only thing is that, you know, I, you know, never really wore the hijab, and she did have, you know, that modesty. It's crazy because since we had like obviously this, you know, thing in common, she was, believe it or not, the fakest of the fake out of the whole group. And let's just say she spoke about me behind my back so freaking much, and obviously I didn't find out to the end of our friendship. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't even remember half of the stuff that she would say, because that's how much smack she spoke about me. I mean, you know, she was that type of student that like really was on her like school stuff. Like she would hand in everything on time, like she would get really good grades in tests and like quizzes or whatever. And because we had like most of our classes together, we would like share homeworks. Like sometimes I would forget my homework or whatever the case may be, and I would ask her, be like, hey, because I know she would always have the homework, so I would be like, hey, like, you know, hook a girl up, you know what I'm saying? Either way, it was like a friendly friendship, you know, just a normal dang friendship. But yeah, like I said, like we would see each other a lot because we had most of our classes together. And the whole time, for some reason, you know, sometimes you always gotta trust your dang guts. For some reason, I could always feel Jada and Chlorine feeling some kind of envy about our friendship. But I didn't think too much of it, you know what I'm saying? Me trying to stay as positive as possible, you know what I'm saying? I don't like to assume. Even now, even with going through that, I didn't want to assume like, oh, this does not feel right. What's going on? When I found out Fatima was first talking smack about me, when I was in class and she was like a couple seats down from me, Jada actually sits right next to me, and we were like talking about something. Like I said, it's kind of like a little bit of a blur because it was so long ago, but me and Jada were talking about something, and that is when she decided to bring up what Fatima, hello, what Fatima was talking about me. When I tell you, this completely broke me. I did not know how to function, man. I really didn't. I never really had someone talk smack about me before until that moment. Like when I was in middle school and you know, the other school, I got bullied. Yes, that is a fact. They would say it more to my face. You know what I mean? And since I started high school, I thought, you know what? It's gonna be different, you know? And it was a little bit. I mean, I didn't get bullied at all in high school. I was chilling. I was good. One thing I learned about high school, man, is that you might not get bullied, but a lot of people talk smack behind your back. And the thing about this, man, is like, I thought she was my friend, y'all. I thought she was my friend. Like, it completely left me heartbroken. Honestly, I'm saying right now, it completely broke my heart. I was like, dang, you don't really F with me like that? What's going on? I thought we were besties. But turns out we were not. But weirdly enough, after that, the girls actually became bullies. They would just say some stuff to me. They would still talk behind my back, and I was like, what the hell? We had like a whole group chat of where they would just like literally ridicule me. And I don't know why I did not leave the group chat, honestly. I ended up getting kicked out of it, but I don't know why I ended up not leaving the group chat. I was just trying to be like, okay, maybe like if I stay in this group chat and like I try to work things out, I could be able, like, you know, to become friends with them again, and like we could all be cool and chilling and sharing homeworks and just like, you know, just be chilling again, I guess. And you know, they would just say some slick stuff to me that you just know they don't mean it, like it doesn't, you know, they don't mean well for you. Because of all of this, I actually went into like a deep depression. I still showed up to school. I still tried to do some stuff, but like my grades were slipping a little bit because of the situation. Like I felt like they were in pretty much all of my classes. Maybe like 2 of my classes they weren't in, but like most of my classes they all were there. And then since this incident, you know, Fatima wouldn't sit next to me no more. Like Jada, you know, that day she sat next to me, and then after that, like they all sat in the corner. I remember this specific corner. They all sat in a specific corner, and that was like their corner. It was like it was like a, you know, teen movie high school thing. That was their corner. That was their little entourage. And because I was just so vulnerable at this point, and I was just so sad, and like, you know, I was trying to make it stop, and like I was trying to, even though I was the victim in all this, I was trying to, you know, still be friends with Fatima, still be friends with Jada and Chlorine, and try to be, you know, just nice. I don't know, I don't know what I did, man. I don't know. And so because I was just, you know, very vulnerable, as I just said, I spoke with Fatima on the phone one night, and I was like just crying outside. It was so, it's kind of like a movie, because it was raining that day. I remember this day specifically. It was raining that day, and I was coming back from school, and I was on the phone with Fatima, and I was just being, you know, vulnerable with her, and I was like talking to her and whatever, and I'm like, I don't feel well. Like I'm in a deep depression. This was my biggest mistake, because you should never, like, especially with people like this, you should never tell them how you're actually feeling. You know what I'm saying? Fake it till you make it, baby. But I was, you know, young. I was still learning, you know, about people and stuff, and now I don't do what I did then. But you know, I told Fatima, I was like, hey, you know, I'm in a deep depression because of you, and because of this whole, you know, situation that you guys put me in, and I'm just very upset. And at this point, I had no friends at school. Nobody. I had maybe one, but I've known her since I was like 6, and we would hang out sometimes after school, since we went to the same school, but we had no classes together. So these girls, I actually had to see their faces every day, you know. So yeah, and so I told her that, and I told her, like, I'm not gonna lie, I had some thoughts of like harming myself, and I was talking to her about that stuff, and she ended up doing something that, oh my god, I don't know if I would have done the same thing, looking back at it, But at that moment, I was so outraged. The fact that she told the school like that she's depressed and she's trying to, you know, do something to herself, yada yada yada, all that personal stuff she told to the school. And as I said, I don't know if this was the right thing for her to do, but at the same time, it did not feel right because it was coming from her. She's the one who like told the school this. If it was someone like my actual friend who doesn't talk smack behind my back, who's an actual friend, which I think we know by now that she's not, then it would have been different. I would have felt different about it. You know what I'm saying? I would have been like, oh wow, she actually cares about me. And like, so we ended up getting called down one day to the counselor's office, where they're like, oh, so they spoke with us, both of us, like by ourselves. They spoke to her, I don't know what she said. I have an idea. And then they spoke to me and they were like, do you want us to tell your mom about this? And I was like, no. are you best know that? And they just basically were like, maybe we could put you in some clubs to make friends or whatever, and so, you know, you don't have to go through this again. I didn't tell them the whole story. I didn't tell them the whole thing. One thing about me, guys, is that like I have very hard time opening up, and especially to the school. I'm not gonna tell my actual personal business to the school because they could actually do something that, like, they could take me away, they could do this, they could do that, and I don't want to put that pressure on, you know, I'm not even thinking about myself. I don't want to put that pressure to my mother. Like, she's gonna just be so heartbroken, be like, damn, how did my daughter become like this? And the thing about Fatima is, like, right after, you know, that little meeting we had with the counselor, I just stormed out the door, and literally, like, I was so upset. I was like, I wasn't even upset, I was angry. I was really mad that she did this. And so I walked out the door, and then she was like, Hanan, like, it was like in a movie, dude, like, it was crazy. She was like, Hanan, and I looked back and I just looked away, and she was like, I'm trying to help you. And like, she kept saying, like, she tried to seem like she's trying to be so nice and like she actually cares for me. And in my mind, I'm like, damn, if, like, why'd she do that? Why'd she go there to tell the school about her personal dang business? After the incident though, with the counselor or whatever, the bullying actually stopped. Like, I just never spoke to them again after that. They never spoke to me again after that. But I was dealing with other stuff that kind of resulted a little bit in my little depressione, that had nothing to do with that whole situation. I ended up making a lot of other friends. Not in my classes, actually. I honestly didn't like the people in my classes, I'm not gonna hold you, but I did end up eventually making friends that year, and they're still my friends today. So I guess everything happens for a reason. I honestly don't understand, okay? I don't understand why they were so cruel to me. I had a really tough time freshman year in high school, and like I said, I don't really be out here getting nervous, be like, damn, what if I get bullied in high school, like in the movies. But oh my god, worst time of my life. Thank goodness things are now better for me. But you know what, I just looked at it this way, you know, even now, man, like, I try to make everything as positive as it can be, even in my worst, darkest times. I just let God do his thing. I'm like, you know what, maybe he got these people out of my life for a reason. And that year was probably one of the toughest for me, academically and just, you know, in general. Like, I didn't have friends literally until literally almost the end of the year, and then I actually had friends that I would like see every day, talk to every day, and I knew they were like one of the realest friends. At least I felt like they were one of the realest friends. And then I actually ended up having classes with those friends the next year, and you know, and then after that, like, since we had pretty much almost every class together in sophomore year, after that we just became like one of the bestest friends, and I'm still friends with this girl like till this day, and I'm so blessed to have her in my life because she's one of the realest, her family's one of the realest. And like I said, everything happens for a reason. You know, what if I was still friends with them and this whole time I just wasted my time with them? Instead, I just wasted maybe a few months of my life with them, but at least it wasn't years, so I'm chilling. Moral of the story, honestly, is to just look out for yourself, because everybody doesn't. Moral of this story is to just look out for yourself, because everybody fake. Your mama's so fake that I called her Fatima. Burn! Hey, any Fatimas out there, don't come for me. Alright, chill. I love all my Fatimas. It's not even her real name, okay? But not for real though, guys. Like, if you have ever been through something like this, or you are going through it right now, give me a little hug. Like, if you're going through it right now, like, I think maybe you need a hug. So come along. And if you went through this before, I don't think you need a hug. I'm pretty sure you're chilling right now, because I'm chilling right now, so we all good. Everything does happen for a reason, and the universe pushed those people away, made them talk that little smackety smack from you, because to show them their true colors, you know, to just, you could tell that that they're not good. I'm trying to think of good advice, man. I just can't. Just be yourself. Just if they don't want to be your friend, screw them. Okay, screw them. You're probably a really awesome person, you know. And if they just do you. Anyways, y'all, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's story time. If y'all want more story times, let me know. And I hope you also not only enjoyed it, of course, but like just got something out of this with my little motivational speech there a second ago. Do you, be you, and I love you. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Peace.